Happy Wellness Wednesday, everyone. My name is Brian the Botanist. It's September 2021, the first day of a new month, and we are starting off a Wellness September with my special guest, Timea Eckerdt, High Desert Hippie. So, how's everyone's September going so far? Did you have your elixir this morning? Did you have your shrooms? Did you do some yoga, some running? Did you do breath work, meditation, have superfoods? Did you start your day off with wellness? It's the first day of the month, September 1st, 2021. It's an important time. We're very honored today to have joining us, High Desert Hippie. Awesome, just finished yours. Good, I just had my smoothie. I had an elixir smoothie after my run this morning. Timea, hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can, and how's my audio?
Great.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Happy Wellness Wednesday.
Happy Wellness Wednesday. Thank you for having me. Sorry about my technological difficulties. It's always.
I have them too. I'm definitely a boomer. We talked about that yesterday. I had to re-log into my Instagram this morning I created a new password in the last day or two, and then I had 4 accounts, and I had to log in, and it was like hiccuping on me for a while, and then I got in. But yeah, it's great to have you. And how's Maxine, your little baby, doing there?
She's doing really good. Normally she's asleep, passed out at this time, so she's awake.
Yeah.
Or she felt the energy, so she's
awesome. So tell everyone where you're calling in from today.
All right, I'm calling in from Ruidoso, New Mexico, Southwest. I'm born and raised here, and it's been just an awesome summer. We've had rain. It's been like the Pacific Northwest and the Southwest. So I'm in the mountains at about 8,000 feet, well, about 8,000 feet above sea level, and it's awesome.
Wow. Hence your Instagram name, High Desert Hippie, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to share that right now in the chat. My guest today is Timea. Is it Timea?
Timea. Yep.
Timea.
Yep.
We talked about this yesterday. I am from the Midwest, and I say things absolutely backwards every time. Timea.
Yeah. No,
Timea Eckerdt, High Desert Hippie, with her daughter, Maxine. How old is Maxine?
Maxine just turned 1 year old on July 27th. So.
Oh, wow. Okay,
yep.
so just like a year and a month old, just over a year.
Yep, and
Go ahead.
I'm just starting to give her food and little things because I've been breastfeeding, but I've been drinking my elixir every morning, and she always, like, I have it sitting over here, and she's like wants to drink it.
That's amazing.
I give
her. Do you drink it in pure water? Do you drink it in pure water? Awesome.
Yep. I do the elixir and the shrooms. I do like a half of the dose of the shrooms in with the elixir in the morning, and then later on I do the other half of the shrooms.
That's a really good idea, actually, because you're getting 500 grams naturally of the shrooms in the elixir, but then if you put a little bit more of the shrooms in without a full scoop, it's going to give you, no one's ever told me that before, so that's a good one. I like it, to do half and half.
That's what I do. And then plus I like to, if I do it all in the morning, I kind of miss out, and I want to like have it in chocolate later on. And so I like to have it in chocolate almond milk's my favorite.
Chocolate almond milk. Do you steam it or do you like it cold?
I'll do both. Just depends on if it's hot or cold outside. Today it's rainy. Yesterday's rainy. So I had it warm, but
that's true.
Usually do it cold.
That's a smart system. If it's rainy out, cold, like I was just in the mountains of Guatemala. It was cold. I was freezing sometimes at 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 feet. And I was drinking a lot of teas and shrooms and hot water, hot almond milk. And then when it's hot out in Miami, I just did a run. I have my elixir in a smoothie, and it cools me down with like frozen bananas and avocado.
Oh, yeah.
But normally I drink the elixir in pure water. But after a run, I really like it in my smoothie, just because I try to get it into everything I can. So I'll always drink it in water. But then if I'm going to make a smoothie, I always put it in a smoothie, because why not? Why not put those superfoods into your smoothie?
I'm going to have to do that, because I always just do it in the water, and then I never have the elixir during the day unless in the afternoon, sometimes I'll do a pick-me-up, kind of like a half scoop and water, and just chug that, and kind of it works as like a shot of caffeine.
Awesome. Yeah, it does give you energy, even though there's no caffeine in there in either the elixir or the shrooms. But when you take them in the morning, I think it's all the nutrients just going into your body. It just gives your body so much extra, extra nutrition, and that's real nutrition. It's not like just fake carbs and, junk. It's actually, things like maca, ginger, turmeric, these are things, wheatgrass, that detoxify and alkalize you. So awesome. Well, I'm so happy to have you as my guest today. Shout out to my girlfriend Paola. I see her on the chat.
Hi, baby Maxine says hi.
So tell us
Raz-
about your life. You recently had Maxine in the last year. Is this your first child? Are you a new mom?
New mom. I had Maxine at 30, 36, I guess. No, right before I turned 36. And it's just been a whole new life change because before that I was just doing my own thing. And
Huh.
I was a yoga teacher before.
Okay.
And I still do yoga and I do it over Zoom and I have my own practice, but I'm not back at the studio yet. So I'm full-time mom. And then besides Live Ultimate, I've been doing that. And I also have a clothing business online that Zia Life is its name. And I did that for years and I kind of taken a break from that just because sewing, doing anything for a long time, Maxine doesn't really allow it. So I've had to change my whole life to doing things like 15-20 minute spurts of what I can do. So I was like, okay, I scheduled this with Brian. I was like, well, it's worked before when I have Zooms, but not all the time. She doesn't always allow me to do things. So I'm like, all right, come on, let's just chat here and eat some raspberries and some little
I had
cereal.
raspberries this morning too.
Yeah.
That's so cool, but that gives you perspective. I think for a lot of people out there that aren't moms, I'm certainly not a mom, is that, we have so much more independence or, free time when we don't have a young child to take care of. And in the first year or two, I'm sure I've heard it about year 4 or 5, it starts to become more, you have more time for yourself again because the child starts becoming more, independent.
Yep.
And doesn't want to just, that's what I've heard from a lot of parents lately is about the age 4 or 5, you're going to start to get a lot more free time.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, now that she's starting to walk, she like wears herself out because she's running around all the time. And so she takes more naps. So
Take more naps.
And she sleeps through the night. So, I mean, I don't know if that's normal for kids, but I think part of it is our activity that we stay active. And then I think part of it is the diet. I think even the because she's getting it breastfed and we both are, and she's kind of synced with me. And so I sleep through the night, she sleeps through the night, and we're happy.
Awesome. So let's talk about your health journey. What got you started in wellness and as a yoga instructor and also into nutrition? And obviously you found the ultimate and how did you get started in wellness? Tell us your wellness journey.
So, pretty much, I mean, my family's always played sports. And so I've always played basketball, softball from like second grade or born. Like since I was a really little kid, I've always been playing sports and my family played softball, but my mom was our coach. And so I was into athletics from a young age. And then at 16, I went to New Mexico Military Institute in Roswell, New Mexico. And it kind of set you on a regiment of having to get into shape of running, doing push-ups, sit-ups, having to pass our PT tests. And so even though I was already in shape and into it from sports, I didn't really like think of it as a lifestyle yet. I was just like, well, I'm playing softball, so I need to like be able to run around the bases, or same with basketball, need to sprint. And so NIMI really stepped it up into like, okay, my routine, my everyday is get up early, we usually would go on a run, or it was structured different days, but I mean, that's where it really started, was in high school. And so I've always really liked smoothies and green drinks, and I've noticed the difference of how they make me feel. And even then, my mom would get me little like smoothie packets and bring them down to Roswell, New Mexico. That's where the Military Institute is. And I would take my smoothies. And so throughout the years and go through college, and I've just always been like looking for different smoothies and trying different things. And for the longest time, I pretty much just did almond milk, banana, spinach, kale, arugula, like whatever greens I have. And then I'd mix
romaine lettuce. Yeah, I put some romaine in there.
But I do spirulina, chlorella supplement on top of it. But I mean, so I've done that for a really long time. And I mean, it works sometimes. And I mean, but sometimes I didn't really notice it. And so when my girlfriend Mel hit me up about the elixir, and that was just in last year, I was like, all right, I'll try it. But I mean, I'm already doing this. So I wasn't really, I thought it was going to be good, but I also was like, okay, yeah, we'll see. And then I like tried it, and the elixir is so good. And I could just feel the difference. And Maxine and I just have a lot more energy now. So it started started at a young age, but I've just been keeping it going. And now that I found the elixir, I feel like this is something that I can really take throughout my whole life now because it's in the scoop form. I don't have to buy the 47 ingredients from Whole Foods or order it off of line.
Yep.
And plus, I live in rural New Mexico, so we don't really have that many options.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's probably got to be very different there than New York City, right?
Yeah. So
Or than LA or Miami or Chicago. It's
our shop, we have Walmarts and have Albertsons. I don't know if you know what that's.
I know what an Albertsons is. Yeah, I've traveled a little bit, but I've never been. We talked yesterday. Actually, we had a really nice call yesterday, and never been to New Mexico. But I hear that they have altitude there, and I like to run at altitude. So I think you're going to see me in the next year or two.
You should come train. You can go run up Sierra Blanca. That's our mountain peak here.
Nice. And I also am a big fan of UFOs, so I got to come through Roswell. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos about UFOs when I'm running, and actually it's funny because they don't go with the elixir, but since you mentioned Roswell, have you ever seen anything out there? Is it just the Roswell? I know they have a lot of history, so.
When I lived there for 3 years going to military school, it's like an interesting little town of, there's like farming community, there's ranching, dairy farms and things like that there. And then there's kind of like some immigrants and different things like that. And then
like migrant workers, yeah.
So
then there's what?
That it was kind of like the Twilight Zone living in Roswell. So I'd say everyone there is an alien.
Because there's a lot of commercialization of the subject, right? There's a lot of gift shops, there's a lot of memorial type things. And for those that haven't watched the documentaries, there's some pretty compelling information. Jesse Marcel Jr., I believe his name was, and I forget the other military men involved, but their whole families, it's a legacy now because it was back from the 50s, but that's pretty cool. So New Mexico, it's a dry area, it's up in the mountains, and so what else do you do out there?
It's been here though now this year, I think. I don't know if you know the weather. It's changed. We're getting the Pacific Northwest weather here in the Southwest. So we went through the longest drought, and now it's been raining every single day this summer. We've had rain, and it's we got mushrooms. I don't know if you've seen my posts. I've been going out foraging. I found oysters. I found what else did I find? There was one other in the I found reishi.
Oh, wow.
I found reishi and oysters, and then I found boletes and some chanterelles and a couple that are edibles. But out of our shrooms, I was like, oh, look, these are our local oysters. I'm getting some of the shrooms. But it's been raining and awesome here. So normally it is dry, but this year we're getting it different.
Okay. So what else do you do out there for what do people do? What's the community like out there?
Well, it's a retirement community. So most of the people from West Texas oil fields that have money from working in the oil fields, we're the closest mountain, and we're the southernmost ski area in the United States at Ski Apache, and it's the southern part of the Rocky Mountains. And so beautiful retirement community. There's several golf courses, and we have a horse racetrack and casino. And so there is kind of like a little kind of decadent culture that's not like, people are here to just be
rancher. Yeah. Do you have like ranchers and a lot of farmers? Yeah.
And we're right next to the Mescalero Apache Indian Reservation. And so we do have a lot of like awesome art and culture and just different food that's here. And I do feel pretty blessed to be connected to the land and the people that are from here for years. So I moved back, and that's why I lived in Oregon 7 years in Bend, Oregon. And then I came back home.
Okay. And you were born in New Mexico?
Yep.
Okay. So that's awesome. And that's your roots.
That's my roots. And I've lived all over Ruidoso, Roswell. I got my bachelor's in history and peace studies from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and UNM.
Wow. So for those that haven't been in New Mexico, sell us on it.
Oh man, I'm like, no, because we're like the poorest state and the smallest state. So we're like, no one come here. Or I don't know if we're the smallest, but we don't have a very big population per how big of our state is. So
that's cool though. That's for people that want to get away from the big city bustle.
True.
Miami is a little overwhelming, and so is LA. So is all these big cities. When I went to Guatemala and I was in the mountains, I was still around a lot of people, but I just felt so much more at peace because it was, you never heard traffic, you never heard, I mean, you
Yeah.
heard traffic, but you didn't hear it as much. And yeah, but tell us some more about New Mexico.
Okay, so it's not, it wouldn't be weird for you to wake up to hearing elk calling in the mornings. You can hear
Okay.
coyotes out there. We have wild horses that run around our town.
Wow.
Um, it's the food. I mean, number one, we have green chili. So if you've ever had Hatch green chili or just New Mexico green chili, our
I
soil has
haven't.
a bit more arsenic and acidity in it. I don't know, not arsenic. That's not good, but
Maybe acidity or
acidity, and it grows these amazing chilies, and that's like it's known in our cuisine, and we mix it into everything. So
is it hot or is it more
it
like a
can
green pepper?
be really hot. They have extreme hot ones, and then they have milds for the flavor.
Ooh. I
We get,
like chili. I like peppers.
yeah,
100%.
you would love it. And then the cool thing about Albuquerque, Maxine, come on now,
How close is Albuquerque to where you live?
3 hours.
Okay. Are you like in the country or are you in a city?
I'm in the country. I'm in the one of the probably most rural places in the United States, I'd say.
Wow. So you don't have a house 10 feet away from you?
Well, I'm in a condo where I'm at, in the
Okay.
thing, a bunch of us that live here, but
Okay.
like
I'm trying to envision if, yeah, what type of land you're on.
the town I live in is like 8,000 people, but it's
Oh,
got
wow.
out for 50,000. So people from Texas come over here, but actually, like when it's no one's here, we only have 3 grocery stores, and our schools are pretty small. And the closest town that's like would be Roswell or Alamogordo that has like 40 or 50,000 people. It's 45 minutes to an hour away. So that's like where we would have
Wow.
it. Like the closest Target or anything is
So is that like a military area too? Because again, back to the UFO discussion, we hear a lot about UFOs in New Mexico.
we have
Is
Paul
that in
Force Base, we have White Sands Missile Range. There's tons of
Area 51? Isn't that, or is that in
that's
Las
in Nevada.
Vegas?
That's
That's
in
in
Nevada.
Nevada.
We have
Yeah.
our own military things, and then we're next to El Paso. I'm about two and a half hours from El Paso, Texas, and the border of Mexico. So
Okay.
it's
So you're
we got
south. Yeah.
south.
High
South.
desert, like your name says, high desert. So it's very different land than maybe the Midwest or the eastern part of the country or California.
Yeah.
It's more like the high desert. Yeah, where it can get cold at night and then nice during the day. Is that?
Yep, that's how it is. I mean, I'm in the mountains, so it's a little bit different than the rest of the state that's like lower, and they have more, it's a little drier, but throughout the whole state, you can hit 80, 90 during the day, and then at nighttime it could be freezing, and so
Wow.
it's cold. It can get really cold, and we get snow and everything too. A lot of people think it's warm here, but nope, we get snow. We're just like Colorado, basically. We're just a southern Colorado.
Okay. Cool. So how did you learn about Live Ultimate? Let's switch gears. You said Melissa. You want to give a shout out section?
Hey, what up? Shout out Melissa Bartow. She actually was just a friend and a follower on my Instagram of Zia Life, my clothing. So my clothing company connected me to Live Ultimate, and
That's
sometimes
amazing.
like maybe that's why I did clothing all these years, just to even get connected to Live Ultimate, even if I don't continue doing it. But she just slowly reached out to me, and she was never like over the top about it. She just kind of like just say hey and just always give me kudos. And then I remember one time I was complaining about being tired with Maxine and stuff, and she was saying, oh, you should try this elixir. And so that was like August of last year, and then I didn't really follow up on it until November, and I did it on the full moon of November. I just like went for it. I was like, I'm getting this stuff. And I signed up to be an ambassador and to try it, because I just was like, she said it's good, like we'll just see it. And it's changed everything around. So Maxine's
Wow.
Maxine's excited about it too.
Yeah. Well, I want to get to know Maxine too.
Yeah, she's a great little girl. But Melissa, so she's been awesome. And then her and Allie, they just were the reasons that I kind of joined the company, seeing their journeys and their videos and stuff. And so since I've been in Live Ultimate, things have been awesome. I just feel like my health has gotten a lot more streamlined and on point, and it's been easier for me to achieve that feeling of when I do feel good and healthy with the elixir consistency and the shrooms. And Maxine, she just turned 1 last month, so she's just a little girl. So I'm reading the questions right there.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
Well, tell us, did you take the elixir before you had Maxine then, or during the pregnancy?
Nope, I didn't. I didn't have it then, and I really
Okay,
wish
so right when she was born? Okay,
Yep, right when she was
about a year ago.
about 4 months old, actually, when I started taking it. So, or whatever, however old from July, August, September. Yeah, about 4 months old. And so
Okay.
during my breastfeeding.
But you said, yeah, you were kind of low energy from being fatigued, and it helped you.
And I was actually considering stopping breastfeeding because I was like, I have no energy and this isn't working for me. And so I stopped, and like things were pretty, I guess I was dealing with postpartum depression and feeling all that stuff. And it was after Thanksgiving too, so I'm sure all the food also like had something to do with my mental, the gut health affected my mental health. And I just was like, I'm doing this. I feel like this stuff's going to be good. And these people look like they're healthy and with it. And their attitudes are awesome. So I want to be in on that. And it arrived and I started taking it actually on December 22nd was the first day I tried the elixir. And I've never not taken it every single day since December 22nd.
Wow, that's impressive. I love the consistency. That's what it's all about, is not missing a day and just, I think really believing in, that the nutrition and superfoods are so much better than, some people are just living in a fog of just eating whatever, and just eating so much. And it's just the same things over and over again, pasta, pizza, sweets, sodas, like it's just, there's some really bad nutrition. And I think when you can understand that it isn't just do this once a week or when you feel like it, but that every single day, you're going to really notice. Have you noticed that you've had a lot more, like I know people say certain things like regularity or hormonal balance or less cravings, detoxification.
I got more breast milk, so I was like, cool, that affected that. I felt I was more, my body had accepted all the minerals and stuff because then I was producing more and then my skin improved and my hair, like it just made it more, I wouldn't say straight in a way. And like, this may seem crazy.
Stronger. Yeah.
It made it like I was getting gray hairs and I still have them there, but like with Maxine, I birthed her and I had these gray hairs here. When I started drinking the elixir, like they're reverting to dark. I don't know. Like I think
no, but you're absolutely right. Wheatgrass is known to reverse gray hair. There's clinical, scientific evidence on it. And that totally makes sense, actually, that when you start getting all these greens into your diet, especially wheatgrass and chlorella and barley grass, your hair will definitely, there's people that are in their 60s and 70s who don't have gray hair because they take so much wheatgrass. I mean, there's articles out there. You can go do your own research, but I've got a couple grays because I'm almost 43 in the side area here. And I'm blondish gray, but I know the more I actually have not been as consistent as you. I'm consistent with my running and my shrooms, but sometimes I fall off my greens because I'm just in a hurry, but I get them at different times of the day. But it's inspiring because, I help create the product, but I just love seeing how it changes people's lives. I've been taking superfoods for over 25 years. And so I've been in love with, nutrition since I was a teenager, but I think it's so great to see people who never miss a day, who are so committed, So tell us about Maxine. People are asking, so a couple questions, that she's an organic baby. Are you vegan? Do you guys, are you plant-based?
I'm not plant-based, but I am kind of picky about all my food. I only eat organic or local food. And so in New Mexico, one thing we are known for, she's kind of get crazy, is our beef and elk. So we have wild elks running around here. So we have elk burgers. I have elk steak.
Oh my God.
And
that sounds amazing.
Beef. So I do eat organic meat.
But I do grass-fed and locally pastured.
But,
wow. Yeah, we don't have those in Miami.
I know exactly. So people do. I have been plant-based. When I lived in Oregon, I was, and I've gone on and off of, and I changed my diet here and there just to what it is, to what I feel like. But when I moved back to New Mexico, I added back in meat and cheese just because my mom's also, she's Swiss and she cooks a lot and she adds so
the Swiss have great chocolate and cheese.
So I do, but it's organic and I do try whole foods and not processed foods and I'm not as perfect all the time.
No, you're a mindful, conscious eater and you're balanced and you're following what your body has told you to do. And also everything's coming from the land. I mean, whether it's the cheese that's made with artisan, you know, craftsmanship, or if it's the elk, which I know Joe Rogan is a huge fan of, and I watch the Joe Rogan podcast a lot, and he's always talking about wild elk and about bison and elk burger and elk steaks and all these things. So I think we have more fish here in Miami, and that's
Love
something
fish,
that
you miss that. I miss
yeah.
my fish. In Oregon, I used to eat steelhead, which was
Oh
salmon.
yeah, trout.
Yeah, the trout salmon mix. It was.
Yep.
I miss that. I miss my fish, but
Mm-hmm.
we like when I go to the city, we have international airports, so we get fresh fish flown in. But I mean, it's kind of not the same still.
No, yeah, you got to be in that region where it's easy to. Well, that's so cool that you're connected to the land. You know, it's such a rich tradition in New Mexico, I'm sure, with Native Americans and Mexican culture. And is it the Aztecs in that area, or was it the?
It's their Apache, and then Apache, and then the Aztecs. I guess. Well, they could be all over here. I mean,
probably they got that north. They were Mexican, right?
Been Mexican. That's her dad's actually. He's Aztec. And,
oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, he's from Mexico. So
okay.
But
I was just in Guatemala, which is the home of the Mayans. You know, Tikal and all that. I was literally there 3 days ago, and it's, you know, people are shorter because, you know, they're up in the mountains, and the Mayans were shorter people, but they were so connected to the earth that their soil is like volcanic, and the beets were like gigantic, and everything is different down there. The apples are wild, and there's a banana. It's just, and the people, I think, are from a different vibration, a different energy path than, you know, in the US. So
I've always, that's one of my like goal dreams to go. The colors, I've always been drawn to just everything about it. I mean,
the Mayan culture. Yeah. All the women wear like bright yellow, bright blue, bright orange, bright colors, you know, and all the weavings and sewings, the dresses are so colorful. Yeah. So it was a beautiful place to be. And sounds like you're at the northern edge of that Mexican, you know, kind of heritage. So in North
culture out here. So yeah, another shout out to New Mexico, like old culture, art, food. The people are still like I mean, a lot of these families have been here since the 1500s or before. I have friends that have families go back really far. So I mean,
wow.
And then obviously the Apaches were here before the Conquistadors.
Is there a reservation out there, or how does it work now?
Say that again?
Is there a reservation for the Apache?
Yep.
That's their own land?
They do, and it isn't. I mean, during all this pandemic, it seemed kind of sad for them because they did kind of keep locked over there in a weird way. Like they could only come off the res on certain days, which I thought was odd. But they're right there. But I have tons of friends that are Apache, and it's right next to us. And
wow.
You know, the casino's there, and I mean, it's beautiful land.
Okay. So tell us about Maxine. She's talking a lot. Tell us what can you tell about her already as a 1-year-old? What's she passionate about?
She's really more mature. I think she's more mature than other 1-year-olds because she's already walking, talking, doing stuff. If I'm taking notes, like for our Live Ultimate stuff, she gets a little pen and like pretends like she's taking notes, and like,
oh, that's funny.
I gave her a fake wallet, and she pulls out little fake credit cards, and she likes to do all the things that I do, which are like big kid things.
Okay. So she's emulating her mom. She's that's so cool. She's basically studying with you.
Yep.
Playing with you. Does she have any other friends yet, or is she?
We had her birthday. She's met a couple other kids. I mean, we haven't really got to do the socializing just because of the way society is, but started gymnastics, and it's once a week. So we get to go to gymnastics, and there's other little kids in there, and her and this other girl, there's another 1-year-old, but everybody else is like 2 and 3. But we did swimming lessons, and we're doing gymnastics, and then I'm hoping I can get her into a Head Start or daycare, but if not, I'm just going to hang out with her and do it myself and make my own little field trips and do.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segue, because that's the beautiful thing about being an entrepreneur with Live Ultimate and with your clothing company and with everything else of being an entrepreneur. You can work from home. You can work whenever you want during the day. You can do like big push for like you said, a 15-minute just blast of as much, or Maxine's taking a nap, you get 2 hours. Not only that, you know, you can be a full-time mom. And I think that's I read yesterday that the amount of homeschooling in the US is at an all-time high of 11%. So I think that shows that people are getting more involved in their children's lives.
I think
COVID or not, they're getting more involved, and that's really cool. Like, as an entrepreneur, you can be with Maxine way more than someone who is following a career that takes them into, like, you know, having to fly all over the world on business trips, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
or be in some high pressure office, you know, where you have to be there for 12 hours a day in a law office or something, you know, like, imagine, you know, versus you'd have to trust your child to someone else, like a nanny.
This has been brought up to me on multiple times, and just like thinking about even taking her to daycare and doing stuff right now, it's kind of like, I'm not ready yet either. And I think that just having Live Ultimate as the option for me to stay home, build this business and do this, I'm excited for when
multiple streams of income too, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be your only one, but it can be a great, it can be, you have your,
okay, booby.
Yeah, you have, so are you still doing Zia Life too? You said a little bit here and there. Do you want to give us a shout out how to find that?
Sure. It's just on Instagram at Zia Life, ZIALIFE.
ZIA, I'll type that in. So it's at Zia Life.
Yep.
ZIALIFE.
Yep.
Okay. Guys, give Zia Life and High Desert Hippie a follow. Support those good people in the world that are raising good little babies and healthy organic babies that are going to be changing the new earth, creating the new earth. So I know you mentioned the community at Live Ultimate, and I know our products are world class, and we've got some new ones that just came out. But have you been very involved with, like, the personal development aspect with the teams, with the also with just getting to know all the leaders who challenge you to, like, get through limiting beliefs, which not only help you in business, but help you in your personal and spiritual and emotional life, physical life, everything is, what are your, you know, how do you get through limiting beliefs? How do you stop, you know, I mean, we're just teaching people to share, you know, instead of sell, you know, and to be authentic and to, you know, to duplicate your efforts, right? To be smart.
Yeah. Well, I basically, I love the community. That's like the number, I gave myself the goal to just work on Live Ultimate and show up to the meetings and learn about the products and get to know the business I wanted to do it for 6 months and just see how I was doing. And then by that point, I was like, okay, I'm really all the self-development, the journaling, the, you know, reflections. It's been
wisdom
awesome.
shared.
So
yeah.
I definitely, sorry, got to change up the scenery with these kids. But that's definitely been one of the main things that's been keeping me through, because we don't have mommy and me yoga. We don't have these different, like, things out there yet. And so me having that outlet with something I can do, Live Ultimate, and have Maxine in my lap while I'm journaling or listening to Allie and Aaron, and it's been awesome. And so I love the community. I also love like you and Paola, Allie and Aaron, all the different couples, and the family vibe and atmosphere that's something I really want to surround myself with. So,
oh, thank you. And one thing I feel like too is we are all inclusive. Like, we are every single faith, every single, you know, type of person, every single economic, social class, race. I mean, I could keep going on and on. Like, we do not discriminate against. We will never discriminate. I mean, that's just against our core values. It's not how any of us were raised, and it's not how, you know, the world is. You know, we are all one, you know. So whether you're from China, Russia, Iran, you know, Israel, Palestine, you know, Syria, Europe, South America, we want everyone to be part of the Live Ultimate family, because we're one family, and we're all about, you know, being mindful about what you put in and on your body, reading your labels, living your best life possible, supporting others, you know, being kind. You know, these are core values. So I think that it's easy to fall in love with, and I'm so glad that the community is so strong. It's because of people like you, Timea, and like you said, Allie and Aaron, and every other leader in the company, Melissa Bartow, and I see Alexandra on this call, Alexandra Ashwanoff, who was a guest a couple of weeks ago. She's been giving us a lot of, we had a conversation about dogs and cats and all the food, and she was very good with helping us with nutrition for our dogs. And how she put that up, because my mom's a dog groomer and owns a boarding kennel, and we use the shrooms on a couple little dogs, and
we've used that, and she uses alternative like medicine on our pets. And so when she brought up those points, I was like, yes, she's correct.
Yeah, that's so true. That was a great Wellness Wednesday, and I know she's listening right now. And those who have pets, I know I have 4 cats. Always be looking into how you can add more and more nutrition into your cat's life so that it's not just living an average life. And give them shrooms. Cats and dogs can take mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms.
Yeah, they'll drink it in the water, and you can sprinkle on their food or however.
Yep. Oh, even treats. Yeah, nowadays people are spending lots of money on medicinal mushroom treats for their cats and dogs. So it's a whole another industry connected to human wellness, which is growing to be a $1 trillion industry. I heard last night on Mike's presentation, the wellness industry is just for like nutrition, not for like Pilates and yoga and all the other, but just nutrition. It's $600 billion right now, and it's forecast to be 1 trillion within like a couple of years. So I know that's what we were leading the movement in, is being part of that.
I love
because you should be able to make money too and be healthy, like to help others. Like I know a lot of people that need help with their health, and I'm in a really good place with my health. So I'm here to mentor them and help them. And I know you are in the same position as a mom. You can help moms that are struggling.
I have a bunch of people who are like, no, I got to get to the gym first, or I got to go run, or I got to go do this. And I'm like, no, add in the elixir first, and then you're going to have energy and like the wherewithal to be like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to do.
Yeah, when you do something good for your body right away when you wake up, it's just like making your bed, but you got to get superfoods in your body, and that's going to be something that just kicks off one more health routine after another, and more positive things for your body and your mind back to back. Like, because if you start the day in a bad mood, you just things start going worse, and you don't really want to do anything good for yourself. You're just kind of in a bad mood and kicking around the can all day. And when you do good things for your body, it's like a domino, or what would you call it? Some type of effect where you keep building into, and Alexander said, superfoods hydrate the soul.
They do.
Yep. That's a good one. I like that.
You can see Maxine's drinking the elixir. That's the only way I could get her to calm down.
Does she drink it in pure water too? Or apple juice or something? Or
she's just drinking mine here in pure water.
Oh, your water. Nice. You can, just so you know, we've added it to apple juice before at events for people that didn't like the taste, but 99% of the people like the taste. But I think you know what we would do? We would put a splash of apple juice into when you make like a half a gallon or a gallon for like an event, we would add like a cup of apple juice in to just give it a little bit. Like when you make a juice, I was making juices in Guatemala. We were doing celery, beet, and carrot, and then they were just adding in a little bit of apple for some sweetener. There is no sweetener in the elixir. It's basically sugar-free. There's 1 gram of natural sugar from lucuma. So literally 1 gram, less than a gram. It's actually less than a gram. And it's from lucuma.
Awesome.
So it's sugar-free.
I like the taste of it. There are days that like, if I say I go and eat pizza and decide to not be, or like have a beer, because sometimes I will have a beer.
Me too. I'm German. I get congested. I'm trying to stop it because I get the congestion, but I don't know if it's, but I still, after I do a 10-mile run, I love having one beer.
I'm not a beer sometimes. And so, but there has been times where I had that. And then like, if I drink the elixir the next morning, it doesn't taste as good. And I know that that's because I didn't eat that great. And that's it probably alkalizing and getting rid of all the sugars and crap and doing its job. But if I'm on point, it tastes awesome. I enjoy the flavor. It tastes hydrating to me and just feels nourishing.
Yep. Oh my God. Yeah. It totally lifts you vibrationally. We've had people at like the Sacred Space, a wellness spa center in Miami, that they're some of the most mindful people. They hold these meditation seminars, and only thing that comes onto their property is sacred things. And they were like, the vibrational level of your superfoods are very high. They're like, you can just drink it and it just helps boost your vibration, versus like eating like, something from let's say, processed foods. That's the easiest way to say it.
High quality other superfoods and stuff. It still doesn't have the vibration of it.
That's true. It's very hard to find a good greens that is not mixed with something to make it taste good, like sweeteners, like stevia.
doctor who would do that, and she would have me hold different tinctures and hold different herbs and things to see how it resonated with me. And like, I love the shrooms and the elixir. Like, I love holding the bottle. Maxine does too. Like, we're drawn to it.
And yeah, that's a good point. It's not just the superfoods are the bulk. They're like the substance, but the style is also very soothing and attractive with like the amber glass, the dark color, the cleans. Yeah, it's very clean.
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm getting some comments here. Let's read a couple of them. Marcy D has said she's going to start giving her dog some of the mushrooms and elixir. Yes, you can sprinkle them in either the water or the food. I put them in my cat's food. And Alexandra said, can we all live in a village already together? I thought that was funny. We're going to have to live ultimate like dome or like jungle, like eco retreat center where like it'll be like 1,000 acres and everyone gets like 2 acres.
And Eric
and, like,
and Allie can bring their RV and
Oh yeah.
Jim can bring their van and we can all
Yep,
live.
Jim and Kulani and Allie and Aaron and Andrew got a van now. A lot of people have a van.
Okay.
And so cool, van life.
Land is cheaper over here in New Mexico, so if you guys want, but I know
Oh my God. Don't even start talking about that. Land in Miami, where I've been looking in Homestead, is $100,000 an acre. So tell me it's less than that in New Mexico.
It's a lot less, but I mean, I still think it's expensive because I was born and raised here. So I'm like, damn it, why is the housing going up? Get acres. I mean, my friends. No, I'm just trying to think of like we found an acre the other day for about 20 grand or 14 to 20 grand.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Yeah, and you can put a tiny home on it or build a home, or you can have a farm started. I think in Wisconsin it's like 4,000 to 10,000 an acre in some rural areas, which is nice. You can get a piece of forest, and take care of it.
You can get water rights. You could be on a river. You could have a huge house. You could hire people to come live in. I don't know. There's like a lot of options.
I mean, location helps dictate the price, of course. And in Miami, you're right here by all these things like Homestead's right by the Keys. And that has to be your life, wherever you live. In Miami, you're surrounded by, there's hurricanes, although we haven't been hit in a long time, which is very amazing. But there's, a lot of people, a lot of tourism. It's not a place where it's very quiet. So where you are, it's more quiet. So there's always a trade-off, and you have more peace out there and access to, are there a lot of schools out there, or is it harder to get kids to school?
The schools we're like the worst in education. So the schools aren't really great. And I mean, the grocery and the schools
hopefully that improves.
But we have a beautiful forest and art and culture, and there is a lot of education and educated people here that move here. It's just it doesn't translate as much into the schools, just because there's drug problems and there's just issues, and then the
social issues.
There's rural, like people's they don't, it's like food deserts. They have to get so far just to get to a town, to school, to get places.
That's what I was going to bring up too, with the land prices and the amenities near you, having a Whole Foods or anywhere, even just a farmer's market within 20 miles of you. And I mean, the food deserts are a real thing. So, I mean, do you have to order? I mean, can you grow things out there? Are you able to, do you have a garden? Do you have farmers markets? Do you have a local produce?
We have
Walmart.
We do, like my family has a pretty big garden, so we do all of our salad, tomatoes, peppers, and that type of thing, dill. But then so it pretty much smashed everything, so our crops kind of went out. So it just depends, but there's a lot of good farmland around here, so we do get stuff in, and it's just not prevalent as you guys with I see all your fruits and all your
well, we're down here by raw cacao coming in from Peru and from Ecuador and
you guys
Costa Rica
or something, some Miami basket. I'll send you some green chili and some biscochitos.
Okay, let's set up a trade. We can do a USPS box for their flat rate. We can ship you some cacao and some papaya and some mangoes. So I got to read a couple more of these comments here, and then we still have a couple minutes, so I want to keep going on this topic, but there's a funny one here. Marcy D88 said, I noticed when I stopped taking the elixir, I began to look and feel like death, laughing out loud. Yeah, don't go, you don't want to look like death or feel like death. And we've all been there where you go out all night and you're dancing and you're having fun and maybe you're drinking, and then the next day you can't even move and you might feel and look like death for a couple of days. That's when you need your elixir to revitalize, rejuvenate, and nourish your body. You need it extra hard after you have a bad night. So yeah, take your elixir because it's going to be preventative. Alexandra said she loves to put a splash of orange juice in hers still. That's great. Actually, a lot of people in Miami do that. They sell it by the cup at farmers markets, and they put it in fresh orange juice because it's just, nice way to serve it to people who aren't used to maybe the taste of it right away. But if you do love it in pure water, you can add like a splash of lime, lemon, or orange, or grapefruit. You can add a little splash. You can add a splash of pineapple or apple juice. That'd probably be good for Maxine eventually too, is to give her a little splash of a sweet juice in there. So let's see what other comments. Paola said, Timea, I love you so much. I look up to you. I want to be a great conscious mother like you are. Thank you for being you. We love you. Alexandra said it's
she's so sweet. You
yeah.
got there, Brian.
Oh yeah. It's Paola's birthday is coming up. It's in 10 days or 9 days on the 10th of September. So we are in September Virgo season. So
yep. Mine's the 22nd. So I mean, September girls, we are.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. We'll have to do I know Paola's going to do a birthday party live stream from Hideout Cafe, and her launch party's on the 10th. Are you doing a launch party for Live Ultimate too?
I did one a couple weeks ago. And
okay. I'm sorry, I must have missed it.
I'm going to Paola's show. She was there. I didn't.
Oh, I think that night we talked about this. I tried my hardest, but I had been on like 2 others, and then I was at my run club. I'm so sorry I missed it.
Well, I didn't. I just was like, I'm doing this. Like, I'm gonna just get it going and get it going. And over with, because I didn't want to like think about it for too long. But I recorded it. It turned out really good, and so I've actually since then it's helped me get several preferred customers and get a lot of things going. And I'm excited for that thing, the resource, because Mike and Allie and Aaron showed up and really gave me a good one, and my family was there and stuff, so it was cool.
That's cool. We're getting a lot of comments. People are saying Marcy D88 said she's from New Mexico, so you guys have to connect.
Sweet. Yeah, message me, connect with me.
Yeah. New Mexico fam, we're building that tribe out there. In fact, that's the beautiful thing about Live Ultimate is you can build the tribe everywhere. I'm working on a Wisconsin tribe right now because I'm originally from Madison. So I'm doing every 2 weeks a call with the ambassadors in Wisconsin, and we're going to do a festival up there eventually. And we're going to, we're just coming up with the event ideas and getting people more. Yeah.
It's only me and Adrian are the only ambassadors here in New Mexico. So whoever she said, her 88.
Marcy D. Yep.
Marcy. Hit me up, girl, if you want to get in the superfood and shroom distribution service. You can be with us because our market's wide open over here.
Absolutely. And it's super fun community. You're going to make a lot of friends, and there's so much personal growth. Like you said, it's not mandatory personal growth. It's take it at your own pace. But if you want to grow personally, you have the opportunity to go to college with us here. It's like personal growth college for free.
I was thinking
for free.
With the homeschooling
the
stuff,
leaders we have are insane.
All the back office, everything in there. I was like, kids could literally learn all this stuff. I don't know what they're teaching in school, but say if you did just dedicate your schooling or life to Live Ultimate, doing all the back office videos, doing the journaling, doing all this stuff, you could have an amazing education. I think
that's very true.
So,
yes, Seeking Balance, Gabby Ballou, amazing ambassador and friend of ours. She said she's having. Yeah, Gabby, with the hula hooping, she helped me at Mushroom Fest a lot. She's seeking balance. She said, I'm having mine with watermelon juice this morning. That's awesome. So you can mix it up in so many ways.
Sounds
lime, lemon, apple, pineapple, watermelon, mango, wherever you live. Green chili. You can make yours like a green chili because I like spicy things. So I actually like a spicy margarita here and there. I know it's a little early to be talking about that, but once in a while, once every month or so. And you can make a spicy, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You can make a spicy elixir because, it has black pepper in it.
I saw a little, my
like
mom and
tomato juice. I never thought about it, but you know what? You could put it in a fresh tomato juice that you juice yourself with a tomato celery. That would be pretty cool. With the chilies in there, like you said?
That needs to go in the Live Ultimate cookbook.
Awesome. Yeah. Paola's saying, September girls, let's do a birthday Zoom.
Yay!
And it was Alexandria's birthday last week, so happy birthday to all the Live Ultimate women. Um,
Woo, woo, woo. Cheers to that. Maxine played in my elixir, but I still have some here.
yep. So yeah, there's a lot of people commenting in this, but Ghost Watermelon Tequila drink is calling your name. That does sound like a ghost pepper, ghost watermelon tequila.
So
Wow,
if
or
we add
mezcal.
the
I like
elixir,
mezcal a lot too.
if we add the elixir to margaritas, then it's healthy. So we'll do that.
Yeah, well, there's always, a little bit of room in your life for that, like, to have, especially I read something the other day that, I mean, I've read a lot about like, and also wine, like if you drink wine every day, it's not good for you. But if you have wine once in a while, it's very good for you. So you have to just know when, you have to be very mindful. You can't let it become something that controls you emotionally, where you have to have a drink to cope with stress ever. I mean, then you have then you're starting to have a problem, if you're using it for a coping mechanism. If you're using it because you're creative and you're a foodie and you're also super into health and also having fun with those you love,
Yeah.
like when I was down at this altitude training camp in Guatemala, I was there for 6 days. I think I had 3 to 4 beers in 6 days, maybe three. And a couple of times was at a restaurant or maybe four. But, we went out for pizza one night and it was like local cheese pizza made like super authentically, like raw cheese. And I don't normally eat cheese, but it was good. And then one day we had like artisan crafted beer from Antigua, which is like Mayan land, and just,
Local. Support
local
local.
stuff and what else, just Zacapa is big. I didn't drink any Zacapa, but what I'm saying is after training like 15 miles a day and we're making all these meals together, it's a little satisfying to have one drink once in a while. So, I mean, I think it's a good discussion to have too. I don't drink a lot of alcohol, but do you drink? I know you're a mom, so you probably don't drink much at all, but are you?
No, I don't drink much at all. But before I had Maxine, I enjoyed it a lot. But
Yeah.
now I do have a beer still here and there, and I
Okay.
haven't drank alcohol.
Like
but
liquor and what?
um,
Okay.
I don't know if I will or how I don't know. I like it because it's part of like my family enjoys it and my friends and things like that. So I do enjoy to have one here and there. And then with food, it's like a Dos Equis or a Carta Blanca tastes really good with tacos. So,
Yeah.
that's something
Yeah.
that happens.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it. When you run and then you have some tacos and then you want to have one beer that's a nice quality beer. Oh yeah, it hits
They
the spot.
go
And it's
together.
nutritive too.
Part of
Yeah, there's some nutrition. Yeah, and it relaxes you a little bit too, which is good. Well, we're
yeah.
coming up at the end of the hour, but I want to have some closing thoughts. So, what are the final things you'd like to share with your audience, with everyone today about being a mom, some of the limiting beliefs you might have had, some of the breakthroughs you had, some of the big, what are the, things that you really want to share out there to people that you can help support?
Basically, don't compare yourself to other people because every mom's journey is way completely different and every kid's going to be different. And I only have one, but I can tell that my journey is way different than somebody else. So if somebody sees me doing something, or if I see somebody doing something, I don't necessarily need to implement that into my life unless it's right for me. And so and then segueing off of that, the easiest way for me to be accepting of my own self and loving of myself is to keep up on my health. And that only benefits me and Maxine at the time. So the elixir, staying hydrated, going outside in nature, just doing the things that I know make me feel good. And I think that's really important for all moms to do that something every day, whether it is only 20 minutes, because sometimes we don't get very much time. So if you only have 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, just really make it count, try to be present. And sometimes just sitting there and meditating, thinking about all the positive things of your life, thinking about how the next hour is going to go once you're out of the meditation or your kid wakes up, or kind of planning your day like that and just taking it in little segments and adding gratitude and adding like the vision of it. That's really helped me because I want to plan my day out like military school, but with Maxine, I can't always do that. I have to constantly be changing and adapting. And so if I can at least focus on the 10 and 15 minutes ahead of me, then I at least feel like I have control of something.
Those are amazing takeaways. Taking care of your health as a mom, being grateful. What was the first one you mentioned is don't compare yourself to others. Every
Yep.
baby is special, different journey. every parenting situation is going to be a little different. You don't need to do everything exactly the same. And there's so much you're learning, right? You're growing a lot, and it's a really unique and special time, and it can go quick. So
yeah,
yeah.
and it goes way too quick. I'm already just too fast. So I'm about to be 37. I can't believe it. And Maxine's already 1. So I just know that I got to just stay present and stay positive throughout this because it's going quick. Hold on for the ride.
Awesome. Well, it's been really great getting to know you today, Timea, and everyone give High Desert Hippie a follow, a shout out, and thank you for sharing all your wisdom today about being a new mom, being a young mom, your background growing up in New Mexico and the beautiful state of New Mexico, which I didn't know much about at all. And there's so much culture there, and there's really, it's a part of the U.S. that I can't wait to explore someday. So yeah, and we're gonna have you back in probably the next 6 months. So we'll have you come back on as always. I like to invite people to come back, update us on what they're up to. Thank you for being a big part of the Live Ultimate family over the last year, and I'm sure I'm going to see you again soon on another call. And for those that are interested in connecting with Timea about Live Ultimate and learning more about her life as a mom and how she can support, send her a message today on Instagram, and I'm sure she'll be happy to introduce you to get to know more of the people in the Live Ultimate family, and also get to know her, you know, and just, that's what we're all about, is connection and a tribe. So that's thank you to the Instagram family that came on today. It's Wellness Wednesday. It's the first day of September. Let's make September an awesome, awesome, awesome month. Every month is getting stronger. We're on an upward swing always. And, you know, keep drinking your elixir. Never miss a day, right? That's
Cheers to that, guys. Thank you so much, Brian, for having me on. And any moms who want to connect on the Superfoods shrooms or New Mexico people, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, Timea Eckerdt. So I'll be there. I'll be there waiting for you guys, whether it's today or next week.
I love it. I love the positive attitude. Thanks for sharing the vibes with us today. And happy early birthday to you and Paola and Alexandria. Happy belated. And all our Virgos out there, happy birthday month. Hi, Maxine.
Wave, Maxine.
Keep living ultimate. Keep eating organic foods and superfoods and mushrooms. Protect your body. All right. Yes, Live Ultimate. Well, happy rest of your Wellness Wednesday, and keep up the great work out there in New Mexico. We'll be here every time you need us.
Sweet. All right. Love you guys. Thanks, Brian, so much.
You're welcome, everyone. Have a great Wellness Wednesday. We'll be back next week.
All right.
Take care. Bye.